It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 dig, 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 go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
You know, every day when I wake up, I look forward to going to the shop, or I look forward to going to the track. I mean, I'm having fun. I haven't had this much fun for a long time, and I loved where I was at. I loved the group of people I was with, but you know, I guess it's a situation that you see with pro athletes all the time, and drivers and teams and crew chiefs. Just sometimes you just need a change, and you know, this was a change that apparently I needed and didn't realize. Drivers are in better shape than they've ever been in, excluding myself. You know, the cars, you know, they do everything they can to make you comfortable in there and try to control the heat. NASCAR, you know, over the off season has made the teams leave a NACA duct in the window to help blow fresh air in the car, so that helps helps circulate the air, keep some of the heat out, keep some of the fumes out, and it, you know, at the end of the day, it makes you a fresher driver. So really, the last 100 miles isn't that big of a challenge.
I'm happy to have, you know, the qualifying record here, and to be still working on that first Cup win is fine with me. I just I know we've been close, and I know that we have a team and an organization now that's capable of doing that, and I look forward to the opportunity this weekend. He's much more business savvy than I ever thought he was, and I know he's got a lot of great people around him, but at the same time, he's much more involved than I ever thought or considered him to be. Just, you know, always thought of him as a race car driver. That's all I ever knew him as. So it's nice to see that he's got great ethics, and he's got you know, got a lot of respect for the people around him, and you know, the opportunity that he gives his employees. It's he's a very giving man.
To me, I've been encouraged the last few weeks. I think at Darlington they had the other left side tire. It seemed to make it better to pass. I know Dover last fall they brought that other tire, and it was a great race, you know, for the win up front. I thought the races here this week were pretty good with the other tire that they brought here, and I thought the track was a lot wider. I thought that 3 wide crazy pass to the lead. I don't think I've ever seen 3 cars run, you know, 3 wide through the corner at Charlotte like that ever, that I can remember, you know, going that fast. So I think that has a lot to do with it too. We won our first race here, I guess, at the 600, so that makes it kind of special for us. And it used to be the only race of the year where you'd kind of, you know, start, and it was usually hot and sunny, and you'd end at night, you know, in such a long marathon. So there's, like I said, some other races that do that now too. But it used to be the only event like that, so it was unique, and it also 600 miles makes it unique. You know, it's the longest event of the year too. So it was just one that I always look forward to. It was always a real challenge, especially, you know, before they repaved the track and it was real bumpy and stuff. It was a real challenge to.
This weekend we've got you know, some good stuff ahead of us, hopefully, in the Nationwide Series. Last year, as you mentioned, we won both races here, once in the Braun Racing car, and last fall in the NOS Energy Drink Toyota for Gibbs Racing. And looking forward to being able to do that again this time around. We've got, you know, the Toyota there on this side with Jason Radcliffe and the 18 team again. We didn't run that car here last spring, so I feel like we have a good basis of how we ran last fall. I'm looking forward to it. It's a long race. It's you know, that's what makes drivers drivers. You know, we have to be able to mentally block some things and yet focus on others. And so the biggest thing that we're going to go through is the track changing. We go from day to night. So just keeping up with the racetrack, what the track's doing, telling our crew chiefs, you know, how to adjust the car to make it better. That's a lot of the stuff that you go through in the first 350 to 500 miles. And then after that, you know, it's the track's going to stay the same probably the last 100 miles, so by then you better have your stuff right.
Last week was not a good weekend for us. We didn't run very well, and I ended up breaking an engine, and I feel like we learned an awful lot. We used this used it kind of as a test and tried some stuff, and it didn't work out very well. So we'll come back and try again. I feel pretty good about what we're coming here with, and it's a pretty cool race. 50th anniversaries are always cool, and the trophy's quite spectacular. So it's it'd certainly be cool to win it. That All-Star race thing to me, is not a barometer. It's really not. I know it's easy to think it is, and if I'd have won the race, I'd be telling you it is. But we ran next to last year, and came here and ran third or fourth, fifth in the spring and won the fall race. I just don't believe it's the barometer about who can be successful this weekend.
As a lap down car, you need a chance to try to fight to get your lap back, and I like that option that the inside lane has the lap cars, and if you're down a lap, you can get in there and try to race for it, or 2 laps, because sometimes if you're 2 laps out, you don't have a chance at the lucky dog, and if you have a great race car, you'll never get a chance if you're starting tail end each time. So I do think aspects of it is very helpful, and it's great for the All-Star race, but I like what we have. How strong we were at the beginning showed that the things we worked on will be very helpful during the daylight hours. The 2 car, the 24, those guys were really loose, and I'd run away from them, and then they'd start catching me over the long haul, and then both were competitive at the end of the night. So, from being on track, I wasn't around the 18 much or the 17. I know they stayed out on 2 tires and picked up some track position, but I thought that the 2 and the 24, from the situations I was in, that those guys had a very good long run setup, and a setup that looked really good going into the night. So I'd kind of look at those 2.
Very proud of the effort that Steve and all the guys did today with trying to get the thing capable of where it would run a fast lap time like that. I knew it would take a 50 to get the pole, and it needed to be a low 50. So unfortunately, we weren't able to get there. Felt like it was really, really good in 1 and 2. Had a great lap through there. Got down the backstretch and thought about how I needed to enter turn 3. Figured I needed to get down to the bottom so I wouldn't miss the bottom, because anytime we've missed the bottom today, it seems to slow us down about 2/10. So got down there and got down there too soon, and just had to bog the car down in the center of the corner to make it rotate, and couldn't get the acceleration or or keep the momentum that we needed in order to get back to the start finish line with a quick enough lap time. So messed up there, but overall good day.
This is a very special weekend for many reasons, but it's obviously a very big weekend in motorsports. So, the 50th running, I think that trophy obviously looks really nice, and the history behind it would make it that much sweeter of a victory. No, I was very happy with the run. The luck of the draw can play a role here sometimes, but today, it seemed like qualifying went by pretty fast. I don't know if it really affected it as much today. Ryan is always a real threat for the pole, and I think the 18 when he went, there may have been a little bit there with the track temp, but you always know he's going to be strong as well. So to end up third. Fantastic. Very, very pleased with that.
I'm just extremely honored to be driving this race car, the U.S. Army Chevrolet, and Tony Stewart and Gene Haas give me a great opportunity, and just trying to make the best of it. It was a pretty good lap. I was happy with it. It could have been a little bit better, and we all say that, but it was good enough to win the pole, and just look forward to the race. Look forward to the weekend. I say that all the time. And you guys asked me earlier. You win all these poles, but you haven't done that good in races here. So this is the weekend we're going to try to change that.